Y'all ready, kids?
I said it before and I'll say it again.
The whole thing is ridiculous.
You've just tuned in to the greatest radio show on earth. You're listening to the Mix Talk Radio with Andres T. Your home for news, sports, hot topics, and more. And now the host of the show, Andres T. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, whenever you're tuning in. How are you doing today? I'm your host, Andres T. Thanks for tuning in and listening and watching The Big Show. Yes, you're listening and watching Chalk Talk. It's airing on ESPN Radio, 101.7 The Team, KQTM FM, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, and the Mix Talk Radio. Yes, it's the Mix Talk Radio on the Mix Media Network. The Mix Talk Radio is all about talking news, sports, current events, hot topics, and more. Like I said, thanks for tuning in to The Big Show. This show is brought to you by McKernan Sports and Entertainment, community sports for you and your family. Visit them online, McKernansports.com. Remember, you can catch this show and every other show on demand at your fingertips. Log on to the website, the Mix Media Network website, themixmedianetwork.com, THEMIX medianetwork.com. Like I said, thanks for watching, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I have a great show for you today. Today, we're going to start out with talking about an Albuquerque treasure that lets you explore the rich culture, places, what's all about Albuquerque. And I'm going to have the Albuquerque Trolley Company here in studio talk about why you should jump aboard. Yes, sir. And also on the show, a running event that's for a great cause. I will have Leroy Chavez from the Right to Life Committee of New Mexico on the show to talk about their 10th annual Born to Run event to raise awareness about pro-life issues. So a great show for you today. Remember, you can catch this show and every other show on demand at your fingertips, the Mix Media Network website. Yes, also catch this show airing on the radio dial every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 101.7 The Team, KQTM FM in Rio Rancho, Albuquerque. So let's keep things moving and bring in our guests. All right, let's get the show rolling, and the sponsor of this show is Choice Music Group, CHOYSE Music Group. Great graphics, great music, beats, recording, you name it. It's all great prices. ChoiceMusicGroup.com, CHOYSE musicgroup.com. And I'm very excited because, like I said and mentioned, we're going to have some fun and cruise into our first topic. And in studio, I have two guests who are coming on the show to talk about ABQ Trolley Co. I have Jesse here and Mike Silva. Fellas, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, thanks for having us.
I'm doing fantastic and glad to have you on. And the thing is, the trolley, we've seen it around. We've seen it cruising around town, and I'm sure it's you guys driving around and having a good time out there. I mean, people just get all excited when you see the trolley cruising around.
Yeah, it's all. If you ever see it and you don't see us on there, you need to call us right away because it's always just us. So that's bad if it's not us on there. So
all right. So like I said before, it's a pleasure. But we'll talk a little bit about the trolley first. Let's talk about who you guys are. Where are you guys from? You guys from here in town, Albuquerque, and New Mexico natives? Yeah. So I grew up in Albuquerque. Went to Del Norte.
Okay.
Went to UNM, and I love the city, obviously. And now we found a way to kind of roll the city into our business. So it's been a really good thing. Obviously, have a great love for our city.
Absolutely. Now, what did you guys do before going into the trolley business? Did you have a certain goal in mind in your life that you were like, all right, I think I'm going to do that, and then, the trolley business kind of came around, and you're like, okay, what did you guys do before?
Yeah, before, Mike and I met probably about 7 or 8 years ago working for the Albuquerque Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Okay.
So we both kind of had backgrounds in hospitality and tourism management and that sort of stuff. Both had a love of Albuquerque. And we were there for a couple of years together and then kind of went separate ways onto other positions, different jobs, and kind of met back up about 5 years ago and just trying to think of something we could do together, and after about 15 or so baskets of chips and salsa and a bunch of pitchers of Diet Coke later, the idea for a city tour company was born, and that eventually kind of morphed into ABQ Trolley Co. And We did it because, most cities have a city tour company, and Albuquerque had not had one in about a decade.
Wow.
And we didn't want to wait for some corporate company to come in and start rolling down the streets. We want to be two local
Corporate
guys
company from out of town.
Yeah. So
you see a lot of that happening nowadays.
Definitely do. A lot of people are actually somewhat surprised actually when they come to learn that we're local guys and that we didn't move here from Jersey or New York or something to start the company. It's our tour and our company is all about local. We promote local. We are local, and so it's definitely two guys from Albuquerque running the thing.
What about it? What about Albuquerque that really interests you? I mean, what is it? Is it the culture? Is it the people? What about Albuquerque really just pulls at your strings and gets you excited?
For me, I love the fact that Albuquerque is such a friendly place. I love the fact that it's such a welcoming place. Obviously, there's incredible art here and culture and the history. Growing up in Albuquerque, it just always felt comfortable for me. You often hear people kind of joke around a little bit about the land of entrapment. And I think there's some truth to that. I know a lot of people who come here to visit ended up staying. There's good food, there's really good people, there's a lot of fun things to do. One of the things that drives Jesse and I is when we hear people say there's nothing to do in Albuquerque. I mean, honestly,
it's like,
so frustrating.
Think about that again.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. I mean, there's plenty to do here. Quite frankly, the people that are harshest on Albuquerque are the locals.
Huh.
Everybody else coming to here from elsewhere, they love it. It's the locals who are always, kind of going with them. There's nothing to do here, and Albuquerque, this and that. If you take the time to kind of step outside of your home to work to home routine, there's plenty to do here and a lot to see.
I think a lot of people get caught up in the idea of, Albuquerque's New York, Albuquerque's LA, and it needs to be like that, But really, Albuquerque has its own culture and its own way of life, and people don't really understand that. And like you said before, there are so many things to do and so many things to discover, and that's what people from out of state, all over the country, all over the world like to come here and do, is come here to check out, because it's different. It's not the city urban lifestyle that they're used to, but instead they come and have a good time and explore. So, but let's dive into talking about the trolley here. And how long has ABQ Trolley been around?
It has been 3 years, 4 months, and 2 days.
Oh wow!
For those keeping track. Yeah. So,
okay. When was it established?
Cinco de Mayo 2009 was the first day we kind of opened our doors and started doing city tours. And then 2 years before that, we had the idea, and it took us about 2 years to get it off the ground and start rolling. And, the 2009 season was our first season, and now this is season 4, and we run April 1st through October 31st. And so we're on the last half of the season right here.
Now, what's fun about this trolley, it's an open-air trolley. Everybody can stick their hands out the window, wave, and have a good time. You hear the bell ringing when it comes around. How did you did you guys build this trolley yourself, or was it already a prefab trolley out there that you just kind of took and made it your own, or how did that work?
Well, we back when we were planning the company, we went up to Medford, Oregon. Jesse and I went up there back in 2007. There's a company there called Classic Trolley.
Oh, okay.
And Classic Trolley is the company that builds a lot of the trolleys that you see in San Francisco and Santa Barbara, Waikiki. They also now are building trolleys for Dubai.
Oh, wow.
And then there's Albuquerque. So we went up there, we visited with them. We loved what they were doing. We loved the guys. They were really open to our ideas and our approach, and so we went ahead and chose them, and they built that trolley for us from the ground up. Wow. Brand new, custom specs, and the trolley was delivered to us in March of 2009. And it took them about 6 months to build it, and it's the only trolley in the world covered in stucco. I mean, perfectly fit for Albuquerque, but if it was rolling through the streets of San Fran, it'd look funny. But in Albuquerque, stucco-covered trolley is like the perfect fit. So,
yeah. Well, everybody's home's stucco. So,
exactly.
How many trolleys do you guys have? Is it just one? Do you have one currently?
It is just the one, our baby. Yeah, they're expensive. So yeah, just the one for now. You want to start small and kind of grow slow. So yeah.
I think you guys are on your way getting there. Now, when these trolleys, when you're cruising around, and who's driving, who's talking on the announcing? Who are you both take turns? How does that work?
Yeah, we switch every tour. So we both have our CDLs. So one of us drives, the other talks, and then we switch it up. So we both get to talk, we both get to drive. So it works out perfectly.
Okay, who's the better driver?
I think we're both good.
We're about equal.
All right.
I don't think there is one.
There hasn't been any issues. So
So far, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, this
how, these people love this stuff, and out of towners, and when locals discover this stuff, they really enjoy what you have to offer. You talk about a little bit about the different tours. We'll talk about the Breaking Bad tour, which is the hottest thing right now because it's on TV, hottest TV show on TV, and filmed here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We'll talk about that tour in just a bit, but talk about your other tours and whereabouts you go, how long they last, and all that good stuff.
Okay, we have a lot of other tours. Our primary city tour, the one we do every day, April through October, we call that the Best of ABQ.
Okay.
That's our 85-minute city tour, which starts in Old Town. We take people around and we show them the city, and we bring them back to that Old Town spot.
All right.
Some of our custom tours, we have our movie tour, we call that Trolleywood. That's a 90-minute tour of kind of movie locations. We have a tour that we call the Ale Trail, which is a microbrewery tasting tour.
I like that one.
We have the Wine Trail, which is a wine tasting tour. We also have a tour that we do during Halloween, which is upcoming, which is probably one of our most popular tours, maybe right behind the Bad Tour. And that tour is called Albuquerque, the Trolley of Terror. And it's a 90 to maybe 110-minute kind of haunted trolley of Albuquerque. We take people around to different haunted spots, and we've been doing that since the beginning, and it's been very, very popular. We partner up with a company called Tours of Old Town.
Yeah, they do the ghost town.
Yeah.
They go to ghost tours. Yeah.
So that's a great tour for us. Am I missing anything?
The wine trail. We do a winery tour. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, but the next one's going to be October 27th. It's on a
Okay.
Saturday, so that'll be the last one for the season.
What about Bloom Fiesta too? Bloom Glow? Is that
Oh,
was
yeah,
that
there's
something?
that one too. Yeah, Bloom Fiesta is big for us, and for all the events, the glow events, the Bloom Glows, we do a tour out to Bloom Fiesta Park, departing from the convention center at 5 o'clock. We get back around 9 o'clock or so after the fireworks, and you get to roll out there with us. We're doing tour content on the way and doing trivia questions for prizes. And then you get into the Chasers Club and the Chase Lounge, where you get a meal, you get a live band, you get a private bar, and you're right on the field with the balloons. So the seating's fantastic. And then the fireworks happen, and we bring you right back to downtown Albuquerque. And those tickets went on sale August 1st, and there's still just a few seats left for those ones if anybody's interested. So those are for the evening events.
You get a good bang for your buck. I mean, really do, and get a chance to embrace what we have. Now, you guys consider yourselves the best first thing for tourists to do in Albuquerque. Why is that?
We actually, here's a perfect example. We actually had yesterday 2 folks from Houston who flew into Albuquerque, drove straight to the trolley, and actually got on the trolley with their suitcases and their luggage.
Wow.
I think they must have taken a cab.
Yeah. Airport shuttle, actually.
Airport
Yeah.
shuttle.
Yeah.
So they
Wow.
arrived at the trolley with their suitcases. We put their suitcases on the front of the trolley up where we had some place to store it, and then we did the tour. Now those folks who are going to be in town from yesterday, which was Thursday, through Sunday, they now have a better idea of what to do in Albuquerque. So they take our tour, we show them the sights, we show them things to do, we talk about the city, we kind of help them plan the rest of their trip. So that's why we call ourselves the best first thing to do in Albuquerque. We believe that if you take our tour, we're going to set you up for some success for the rest of your stay in Albuquerque.
Now, one thing I got to say, we kind of came back to the idea of locals really don't know what's out there. And there's ways to get on the trolley it's not that expensive to get on. And how much is a typical tour for a local to go on if they're interested in, hey, I don't really know much about this, but I'm going to check this out.
Well, the price for an adult for our Best of ABQ City Tour is $25, $23 for seniors and students, and $12 for kids. But we realize the locals, a lot of times, we get the answer like, oh, I live in this city and I have a car and I can drive around and learn about this stuff myself. And so we understand that. So once a month we have a tour called the $10 Tour. And it's just what it sounds like. It's $10, and that includes tax. And it's designed for locals to get the locals on board at more than half price. We do Albuquerque trivia, and they win gift certificates to local restaurants and businesses. And our friends at Albuquerque the Magazine sponsor that tour, so everybody gets a copy of the latest issue of the magazine. And yeah, it's once a month, and the next one's going to be on September 22nd of this month.
Oh, wow.
It's a Saturday this time. It's the last one of the season. It's at right there in the afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, well, it only makes sense to do that. Like you said, you have a car, but it's like, well, you got to do all the work. You got to do all the driving. You got to figure everything out. And whereas you guys
already have that there for you, and all you got to do is just sit there, relax, enjoy yourself, and intake all the information in the sites.
Yeah, and it's not just for tourists. We get locals on board every day, whether they're bringing somebody who's visiting or they just want to check it out. And every time they, say, "Oh, I didn't know that about Albuquerque," or "I learned something new," or "I never saw Tingley Beach before," or "I haven't seen the pit since renovation," or so they actually are learning stuff on the tour and they're enjoying it.
Yeah, we love the locals. We want the locals to come
yeah.
out. We want them to come take the tour. We're local guys. We're all about Albuquerque. We bleed cherry and silver with Lobos. We want the locals to come out and kind of develop a love for the city, same as we do. And we've had locals on the trolley who tell us stuff that we didn't know about the city. So, we love the local aspect of our business, and we just want to keep growing it.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about Breaking Bad. Now, everyone's all nuts about this show. I mean, everyone is just... can't miss it. Gotta watch it. Got a TiVo or record it or whatever. And so you guys kind of created a tour to pay homage to Breaking Bad. It's the Bad Tour. Talk about that.
Yeah, the Bad. Mike and I are diehard super fans of Breaking Bad, and since from the very beginning. And on our regular city tour, we point out some Breaking Bad locations for the fans who might know about the show. And if they haven't heard about the show, it's like you got to check out Breaking Bad. And so season 5 came back on July 15th, and we had an idea to do an all Breaking Bad tour of the locations from Breaking Bad. And the first one was on Sunday, July 15th, to coincide with the season 5 opener. And those tickets went on sale July 1st, and they sold out within just a few minutes. We added a few other dates, and those sold out. And so when it's all said and done, I think we're going to have like 12 Bad tours this season. And, there's only a few more left to do. And it was just born out of our love for Breaking Bad, and it was just going to be just the one Bad tour on the 15th, and it just, kind of sold like crazy and got picked up by the Associated Press, and it's gone all across the country. It's gone out of the country. It's
gone
been
viral,
it's been to Germany. It's gone everywhere where everybody's like, hey, everybody knows about the Bad tour. It's crazy. It's hilarious.
Because they know about the Bad tour, they now know about the trolley.
Yeah.
So it's been good for us in that regard.
So it really just leads to another thing to grow and prosper in that. Now, how many sites are visited on the Bad tour? How long does the tour last?
It lasts between 3 and 3.5 hours. We see 13 locations, and we go as far South Valley as the Twisters location out there. We go as far Northeast Heights as up to Walter White's house. And we take people, starting at the convention center and then back to the convention center, pretty much all over the city. It's a good 3 to 3.5 hour tour. There's a break at the beginning of the tour for people to get off, go to the restroom, get a drink. But it's a good 3.5 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours of tour content, trivia. The people on the trolley who come take the tour are super fans of the show. So when we ask trivia,
anything Breaking Bad,
they know
bam.
the answers. They're loaded. They're as hardcore as we are. So it's fun to be around a group of people who share a similar love for the show. So those tours are always a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now the tour opened back in July, and as you said, it sold out. Show after tour after tour, and so there are only a couple tour dates left, and the next one is when.
The next one is
that's available. Should I say?
Okay, well, September 30th. The tickets for that have not gone on sale yet, but they will go on sale from ABQTrolley.com this Monday, the 10th at 10 a.m. And we have people who are going to be at their computers at 9:55, hitting refresh and waiting for those tickets to go on sale. And we expect them to sell out within minutes again. So if you want to go, it's going to be, you got to be right there at 10 o'clock. And there's also October 9th will be the final one probably of the season right there during the Bloom Fiesta week. And so you're going to have all these visitors in town. And we've been getting emails like crazy about the Bad tour and whether we're going to have one during Bloom Fiesta. And we just announced it basically right now. So we have people who are going to buy them. So you got to, Monday morning, 10 o'clock, that's when they go on sale. And that's going to be it for the season.
Wow. Now, how many people get to ride on each of these tours? How many seats are available typically?
34 is the max.
Oh, okay. 34 is the max, and they're all getting sold out. So, how much are tickets for the Bad tour?
The bad tour tickets are $60. That includes tax for
Okay.
the 3-hour tour.
Yeah, but you get a good bang for your buck, man.
You get a good bang for your
That's
buck,
all I gotta
and
say.
it's comparable to what other cities do with their movie tours. You know, I was in San Francisco in November and did a 3-hour movie tour there, and those tickets were right around $60 or so, and it was cool. And you know, and as we get to a Breaking Bad location, we have these video monitors on the trolley, and so as we pull up to a major location, it's actually playing the scene from Breaking Bad as we are watching it right here, you
That's
know,
some
to
cool
the side of the
technology.
trolley.
Yeah, it
So
kinda
yeah,
gives
it's
it
all it's all triggered by GPS technology, and it just comes
Nice.
on automatically. And there's behind the scenes stuff on there as well. So it's not just seeing you know, a house and you got to imagine, you know, Walter White inside. You know, instead you pull up to Walter White's house. And you have a scene where he's in the bedroom talking with Skylar, and he has that famous, you know, "I am the one who knocks" speech, you know, and you see it right there, and it's like, oh, there it is, that's cool.
And there's also the fun of being on the trolley with 33 other Breaking Bad fans, you know, plus
You all
plus the
kind of
two
have a common
us.
denominator.
Yeah, you know, there's a common love for the show, and that tends to generate a little bit more excitement amongst the group, and everybody gets really excited, and then there's laughter and there's conversation, and it's just a really fun atmosphere. Quite frankly, the tour does not feel like a 3.5-hour tour. It feels like you're getting on, you're going to a movie with your friends, or you're sitting down having a party over dinner, and
Okay.
you're talking about the show, and then boom, it's over, and everybody's
Wow.
going home for the night. It's an excellent
Time
excellent
flies when
tour.
you're having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we're running down on time here, but give our listeners the 411 on ABQ Trolley Co. and where can they get more info, get a hold of you guys, and of course get tickets because it's Monday the 10th is the date those bad tour tickets are coming out. So info for those listeners out there.
Okay, so Monday the 10th, the tickets go on sale for the Bad Tour. You'll have the opportunity to buy the tickets for the last 2 Bad Tours of the season. If you want information on the company, you can go to abqtrolley.com. That's abqtrolley.com. Anything and everything you need to know about the company is right there on the website.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. And when you guys close again in October is the last month that you guys are open.
October 31st, so we're April Fool's Day to Halloween. We're very holiday centric, so that's
Hey,
when we
that's
close
good.
down. And then in December, we hope to have some holiday light tours just before Christmas, and yeah, so that'll be new for us for this season as well. So we're not going to be we shut down with the city tours because it gets cold here, and you know, open air trolley. And tourism kind of slows down a little bit, so we just shut down. But we're still available to do birthday parties and weddings and private tours. And
Christmas parties.
if you want to do your own bad tour and you got 33 friends, you know, and you want to go do it on your own time, you know, we're available for that as well. So
And I did want to plug, you guys are available for weddings and parties and all that good stuff too,
yeah,
right?
whatever you can imagine, basically.
Okay.
We do a lot of weddings. We love the weddings.
I saw some pictures online about with brides and dresses and having a good old time with the trolley.
Brides
and,
love the wedding. They love the trolley. They love taking pictures on the trolley. We like the weddings.
It's
They're a lot of
unique.
fun.
It's unique.
And everybody's happy at a wedding, right?
There's no sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. So, all right, that's Mike Silva, Jesse Heron, both owners of the ABQ Trolley Co. Fellas, thanks for coming on the show, talk about the Trolley Co. and the fun stuff what Albuquerque has to offer.
Thanks
You
for
know,
having
cool.
us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Stay tuned as we're going to have the Born to Run walk, a guest, Leroy Chavis, on the show. Stay tuned.